The story of Rio James, A.K.A. Professor Chaos. Let me set this off with a little bit of my own personal philosophy. I think each of us that are alive on this planet or plane, we come and at our day of birth, our moment of birth, we make a contract with the world. And by that I mean we make our own soul agreement, if you will, our personal agreement with nature, with God, with the world, in which how are we supposed to operate, how we're supposed to get down, be it on the light side, the dark side, good, evil, whatever like human terms that you want to bring to it or whatever. But I'll give an example. There are some people, like you may wonder, how come a lot of people could get away with things, get away with murder, get away with theft, get away with taking advantage of people and stuff like that, and face no consequence, and actually come up off of these so-called evil deeds that they're able to do. And to me personally, I believe that their contract with the world allows them to do that. There's people out there that could kill someone and they won't throw up immediately after doing it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people where their spirit allows them to get away with certain things. Then you got other people that if they steal, candy from a store, they're going to feel immediate guilt and potentially actually get caught just because their contract with the world don't allow them to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got people who make contracts with the world that are supposed to help people, that even if they don't even help people or try to make the world a better place, they may face a consequence. You know when someone says, he went to jail but he ain't do nothing. He went to jail. Well, maybe that's why he went to jail, because he didn't do anything and he's supposed to be doing something on this planet. You know what I mean? So to sum it up, I think each of us have our own contract with the world, and I think there are some people out here, there's a lot of people out there actually, that don't really know themselves, that are not in tune with themselves, not in tune with their spirit, soul, whatever have you, right? There are people out here that will try to do bad deeds or try to act like they're this evil person, they're sinister, and just, do all types of tomfoolery and fuckery, if you will. And it gets no pop, it has no pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? No one even really pays attention to it or notices them. And on the worst end of a situation, they face insufferable types of consequences because they're going against their own personal contract with the world. And I believe this Rio James individual is one of those people. Now, why am I nicknaming him Professor Chaos? For those in tune, Professor Chaos is a character on South Park. That's his evil persona. He dresses up in tinfoil and he does like little stupid shit, like popping balloons at a kid's birthday party, or I don't know, just stupid shit that has nothing, you know what I mean? Crackling some paper together to make someone think there's a fire and upset them, just pulling stupid ass pranks. But to him, it's like, ooh, ha ha ha. He thinks he's really doing something. But who is his alter ego? Who is he regularly? His name is Butters. Butters Scotch or something? I forget his last name. But Butters is his regular character on South Park. A pretty meek dude, kind of a pushover, really a nice guy and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't have the strongest presence, if you will, amongst his peers on the show or in South Park or whatever. So that's why he came out with his alter ego, his Professor Chaos identity. Now, granted, I don't know this dude from anywhere beyond what I'm saying, off of just observing him on YouTube and stuff like that, so I could be totally off. But psychologically, I think that I'm on to something. I think Rio James is basically a Professor Chaos. And I say this because anyone that, may have checked out his little antics and everything, he'll say the most vile stuff. He'll try to do the most vile stuff. And it just has no pop. No one's really looking at him like, some super villain or something, It's like, oh, there go that dude trying to get attention again. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is because he is not in tune with who he is inherently. He's not in tune with his spirit. I don't think he's in tune with his contract with the world. And I'm going to go into an example or two of why I say this, right? Let's take this one thing that he did, with me and my girl or whatever, right? he took some picture of some, I don't know, some naked girl or whatever that some old dude gave another nigga. You know what I'm saying? So the other nigga gives him this picture, and Rio James, he does the broadcast showing the image. By her, I mean whoever is the poor soul that picture belongs to. No one that's any way contacted to me, or with me rather. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the whole gag is that that's supposed to be my girl or whatever, right? It's not. So he takes that picture, he puts it out there, he passes it around, he does a live stream with it. And it's like me and her, you know, we're checking this shit out. And it's like we immediately just bypass this dude, the one that's actually broadcasting the fake picture. We automatically trace it back to source, or at least the second source, not the original old nigga source, but we trace it back to the one that gave him the picture. Why? Because Rio James is negligible. Because the shit that he's on, you hardly are even gonna remember his name, remember his voice, anything. It's like you just automatically bypass him. It's not like, oh, I'm worried he could do something. No, I'll fling that nigga across a room. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people, you know, borders are starting to open. Hopefully in Canada, I get a Canada tour going on. But once I start touring the country again, hey, if I'm in the Chi-town, I will make a trip to the west side of it. Hold me to that. To the west side of Chicago. But the point that I'm saying is Professor Chaos, no one takes Professor Chaos seriously. It doesn't matter what he does. He's just off the mark. He's just missing his mark. You know what I'm saying? He does not make an impact. Now, I'm not saying he can't be an impactful person. I think all of us have, you know, whatever our ability is, you know, to shine, that people will take notice of us on or whatever, right? But this guy, he's totally missing the mark. You know, he's thinking that he's looked at as some type of threat, and like he's down, and now he's down with, the bitch ass crew that does bullshit. But no one takes this man serious. Even his cohorts, if you will, they know this dude's a meek, humble, nice guy, if you will. And an example that has really brought this home. Let me go through another one, right? I remember we had a little rap battle or whatever, right? Now we supposed to be at odds or whatever. It's supposed to be like, little aggression going back and forth and shit, right? Now this is Rio James, the big vile guy that does a whole bunch of stupid shit, right? So then I'm playing a beat that I'm about to rap to. I'm like, yo, I don't know. You think I could I could spit some shit over this type of beat? What does he say? Instantly, he says, sure you can. You know why? Because sure you can. That's Rio James. Rio James is sure you can. Not, I'm gonna get you. And it was a very natural response. Yeah, sure you can, guy. Yeah, I fuck with you. I mean, let alone when he nearly blurted out that he had looked up to me. That's a whole nother story. Not really relevant, but another one. But the one that really drove this point home is a video that I saw. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the title, right? I saw it yesterday on the YouTube home screen or whatever. Now I forget the exact title, but generally it was something along this level. Miss Deborah is a bitch. And then he put his Cash App thing after that. Miss Deborah is a bitch. That was the name of it, right? And I'm telling my girl, I'm like, look at this title here. Don't this just tell the whole story about this dude? And she's me and her are like just in tune with each other to unspeakable high levels, right? She knew exactly, she quoted exactly what I was getting at. Let me give you guys at home a chance. Miss Deborah is a bitch. I'll give you 7 seconds to think about what it is, and then I'm gonna talk and we'll see if we're all in tune, right? All right, to whoever did get it, ding, ding, ding. Congratulations to you. He's calling Deborah, who is that other nigga's mother, a bitch, but he still naturally gave the natural respect of calling her miss, of respecting his elder, as we often do, like with our friends, because he does want to be the guy's friend whose mother he's talking about. Let's just call it for what it is. He wants to be everyone's friend, really. You know, we call our friends' mothers Miss. It might be Miss and then followed by their last name, or Miss and followed by their first name. So he's acting like he wants to call her a bitch, but what he really feels is that genuine nice guy respect by calling her Miss, right? And I know somebody out here got it, you know? So that tells Rio James right there. That's the story of Professor Chaos. That's the story of Butters. Right there. Mr. Sure You Can. Miss Deborah. So I don't know if this is really considered a roast video. You know, it's just more of a bit of a psychological profiling, if you will. But, dude, switch your program up. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to try to be vile and evil to fit in. You know what I mean? That's not your lane. I don't care what your criminal history is or anything like that. You know, your inner spirit is speaking different to what your outer actions of what you've been trying to do on YouTube say. I'm just keeping it real. I don't believe you are being in tune or in tandem with the contract that you made of this world. It doesn't matter who you SWAT or send police or fire engines to whose crib, you know. It doesn't matter what fake pictures you pass around and say this is someone's girl or that's someone's girl. It fizzles out. It has no pop. It has no presence. You, sir, have no presence doing the bullshit that you're doing. All of us have inherent presence in us. We just got to find it. So, little guy, cut that shit out. Find your presence. And that's the story of Rio James, A.K.A. Professor Chaos.